My project explores the use of elements of gamification in increasing student engagement, content mastery, and retention in a sophomore-level history course. It is part of a larger longitudinal research project conducted with Justin Dellinger and Matt Crossland of the Link Lab, exploring a number of innovative design practices including onboarding, multiple pathways course design, digital humanities, interactive elements, and comprehension and writing development. The platform for this study is an online world civilization survey offered through the History Department. While this project experiments with a fully online course, the methods and practices researched would also be suitable for use in the blended classroom. The History of Civilization survey is divided into two courses, History 2301, Civilization to 1500, and History 2302, Civilization since 1500. These courses have run several times as companions, identical course design and navigation, course calendars, and types of assignments and assessments, and track very closely with each other in terms of engagement, retention, and content mastery. In the long-range study, we will be varying elements of History 2301 while keeping History 2302 as the control as we investigate various design innovations. We are currently in the first phase of the project. There will be two more phases in fall 2016 and spring 2017. In Phase 1, currently ongoing, I implemented gamified elements into course navigation and assignments in 2301. I have also been investigating software and other EdTech tools to produce interactive course elements for Phase 2 or for student use in assignments. This is the subject of my PLC research. Phase 2 in fall 2016 will deploy interactive course elements into History 2301 and modify Phase 1 elements based upon data analysis and feedback. In Phase 3, slated for spring 2017, I will implement other gamified elements, including a participation leaderboard and a learning game based upon a digital humanities database, and also modify Phase 2 elements based upon data analysis and feedback. The two gamified elements I am investigating in Phase 1 are Choose Your Own Path, where students can choose multiple pathways through the course materials and assignment banks in fulfilling course requirements, and also point-based game mechanics, where I utilize FAT points and assignment banks as a means to influence student motivation. Both courses utilize the same basic organization, consisting of an introductory boot camp with onboarding, navigational help, and review of expectations, and 3 units of content, the history. Both courses derive semester grades using a similar formulation, 20% participation, 20% testing, 60% projects. In History 2301, students are able to choose from multiple pathways to the core content materials of a particular unit. One pathway is the instructor-suggested pathway, while others can be thematic or geographic. Students may also choose their own assignments and assessments, with one exception, to meet the requirements of the course. History 2302 is an instructor-driven course. The pathway through the topics and subtopics is identical for each student, and they complete the same assignments. History 2301 utilizes alternative grading schemes for point-based game mechanics. The entire course is based upon 10,000 points, or FAT points, and students are provided with the number of points available in each unit, 600 for participation, 2,000 for assignments, and 500 for testing, and they choose from the various options in the assignment banks to earn their grade. They may also attempt more than the requisite number of points, not only to deepen their thoughts on the history under study, but to increase their chances of earning the full credit available for the unit. For example, students may choose to complete a 1,500-point project and a 1,000-point essay, with the maximum possible assignment points that can be earned capped at 2,000. History 2302 utilizes a standard 1,000-point scale, and students do not have a choice in assignments. Both courses allow students to turn in assignments early to earn an early bird bonus. This counts as extra credit in 2302, but simply increases the points an assignment is worth in 2301. The drop-dead date is the last day an assignment will be accepted for credit. The early bird bonus is meant to be a positive reinforcement and an encouragement to move at an appropriate pace through the course materials for better student learning outcomes. In 2301, students accrue points toward their overall unit participation grade by choosing from discussion boards, social media exercises, quick reflections, live discussion sessions, or surveys from the assignment bank. Points vary for each type of engagement. In 2302, students must complete 4 quick reflections and 1 discussion per unit. They have a choice of 3 discussion topics per unit and may participate in one or all to increase their chances for earning full credit. In 2301, students choose from a menu of individual or group assignments and projects worth varying amounts of points and can do 1 larger or several smaller assignments per unit to earn their assignment points. Choices include traditional analytical essays, short answer exit tickets, annotated curations using Listly or Digo, creation of an annotated web-based timeline, and targeted research utilizing both primary documentary evidence and secondary sources presented through various mediums, including Pictochart, story maps, Storyfy, blogs, ThingLink, or digital storytelling. In History 2302, all students complete the same projects, which are a document analysis and essay, a group historical geography project requiring DIGO curation and story maps, and an individual digital storytelling project requiring a proposal, Listly curation, storyboard, and a 3 to 5 minute video. In 2301, students gain feedback on their content mastery by taking short multiple-choice check quizzes on each subtopic as they navigate through the materials. There is also one unit test. Students may choose to satisfy their testing requirement through the cumulative score on the check quizzes or through the unit test. In History 2302, students' content mastery is assessed through one unit test. The only required element of all students in History 2301 is the final comprehensive essay, which is the gold standard for assessing student content mastery in a history course. History 2302 students also must submit a final comprehensive essay of similar scope. Performance on the essay will be a direct point of comparison between the two courses. Student engagement and satisfaction with the class will be assessed through student surveys. The development of a community of inquiry within each course will be assessed by analyzing statistics on the frequency of student participation, as well as an assessment of the depth and breadth of the historical discussion. Retention and outcomes will be measured by comparing student performance on the final comprehensive essay, overall course performance, retention analysis, and analysis of data created by student navigation through the course module. These two companion courses have always tracked the same for retention and learning outcomes. If the gamified elements of History 2301 are effective, then there should be a measurable difference in performance when compared with History 2302. At this point in the semester, it is too early to provide any hard statistical analysis. However, two interesting trends have developed. The first is overall course performance. The semester grade distribution for History 2301 is atypical. At this juncture, it appears that the students who usually fall within the B range have taken advantage of the point-based game mechanics to pull themselves into the A grade range. Many of these students have submitted extra assignments or hit the early bird submission date to provide themselves with a cushion to earn the higher grade. These students also seem to be doing better on their testing points as well. The average numeric grade for students who historically fall in the below average to average range is lower than for past offerings of this course. This group of students is waiting until the last minute to complete assignments, and their testing grades are lower as well. It would seem that the structure of History 2301 favors above average to excellent students and helps them to perform better in the course, while the more rigid participation format of History 2302 forces average to below average students to better pace themselves through the course materials to meet due dates, resulting in higher testing grades for this group. My second observation concerns the community of inquiry. History 2301 students are more engaged with the history and have built a more robust community of inquiry than History 2302 students. This is especially true among the lower performing students in History 2301 who are exhibiting a deeper and more prolonged participation in discussions and social media than similar students in History 2302. While engagement is higher in 2301, semester grades for underperforming students in 2301 are lower than for those in 2302, even though they are discussing the historical content in a more robust manner and showing acceptable levels of content mastery through participation. Although full evaluation of course analytics and student surveys will provide more in-depth analysis of these two observations, it is already apparent that in Phase 2, more attention should be paid to onboarding, especially concerning assessments, and the development of interactive course elements focusing on increasing content mastery for improved testing performance.